Hello, and welcome to Pinch Pots for Beginners with Mrs. Laswell. First, you take the clay and wedge it and prepare it well so that we don't have air trapped in there. When we're firing it, it might explode. And once you have it well prepared, then you want to form it into a ball about the size of a tennis ball or a small orange. You can roll it around on your wear board, as you see me doing here. Oh, there it is, ready to be made into a pinch pot. So you want to carefully put your thumbs down into the center of your ball and create this divot. This is the beginning of your pot. And even though it's called a pinch pot, you're more or less forming the pot. So I guess they should rename it the form pot. However, you're taking this pot and using your hands. This is a hand building technique that we discussed in class. And we're forming, and smoothing and forming until we get it to the shape that we desire. Now you might notice there's some cracks, so you just take a little water and you can wet your hands and continue to form. Now you see my thumb here is used as a measurement. We don't want to have walls of our pot any wider than the width of our thumbs. This way the clay can dry properly and fire well. If it's too thick, it may not dry all the way, and you can get some air trapped in there and it might not make it through the firing process. Now you see I turn my pot upside down to even out the rim of my pot so it's even on all sides, and you can see the thickness of the walls of my pot are even as well. Now I'm moving on to the decorative foot that we're going to add. So I'm rolling out a coil here, and I'm doing it rather quickly. When you do it, it will take a little longer, but this is just for filming purposes. And you want to be sure to roll it from the tips of your fingers to the heel of your hand, get it nice and even, and then you're going to flip your pot over. And here you can see I'm starting to score, and we're using a fork here because we don't have enough scoring tools for all of us. Our class size is so big, so we're using a fork. And the scoring's important because it works like Velcro. So when you score your whatever you're adding to your pot, you score both pieces. They kind of attach together like Velcro. So here I'm making sure that the coil is the right size, and then I'm gonna score and slip that together, create a little ring, and then I'm gonna set that ring on top of my pot, make sure it fits. Now you see me scoring here. I'm gonna add a little water, basically like a slip, which is kind of like a watery clay, works as glue. And then we're going to do that as well to the foot. And then I'm going to carefully place that on the bottom. I'm gonna secure it down. That means I'm gonna put a little pressure on it and make sure it's on there well. And then I'm smooth it out. And I'm smoothing out all the lines from my scoring so it doesn't show there, kind of finishing it off nice and just getting it on there placed just the way I want it and smoothing it, and then it's finished there. So that's my foot. And then I'm going to add a decorative added feature. I'm going to use a stamp here to create texture. It's like a leaf. I'm going to use this cutter, this cookie cutter, create like a shape, circular shape. And you're going to see that I'm going to use the scoring and slip method again to attach that to my pot. And decide where I want it to go, right about there. It'll fit nicely. I'll score my pot. Add a little bit of slip to it, water, creating some slip like glue. Push that on nicely, smooth around the edges, and there you have your first Tinge Pot demonstration. We'll let that dry for about 3-4 days, and then we'll fire it.